Hare Krishna.
You don't know how to do it.
So, on the chapter number 9, so what is chapter number 9 called? Anybody?
The 9 in Bhagavad Gita.
Chapter number 9 of
Chapter 2.
Answers citing the Lord's version. Chapter number 10 is called Bhagavatam, is the answer to all questions.
Yes.
So we see this series of discussion. So it was a discussion between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukadeva Goswami. So Parikshit Maharaj had a lot of questions, Shukadeva Goswami starts answering. He answers some of his questions in chapter number 7. Then he goes on to describe, because one of his questions was how did Lord Brahma receive his knowledge from Lord Krishna. So he goes on to describe about Lord Brahma. So who is the first receiver of Srimad Bhagavatam from Lord Krishna directly. And he heard how Lord Brahma did tapasya and he got the benediction of Lord Krishna, and then he got the entire knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam revealed in his heart. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kaveye Mukhyanti Yatsuraya. The first canto, first chapter, first verse. So we see how this was revealed to Lord Brahma in his heart. So like that here. So it was revealed to Lord Brahma in the heart. Then Shukadeva Goswami continues to say about how Narada Muni, he received from Lord Brahma. He is the next recipient of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Brahma to Narada Muni. And after that, so he starts answering the questions. So in the end of this previous chapter, he mentioned that Srimad Bhagavatam is very special because it has 10 specific characteristics that identifies it as Mahapurana. So Puranas always deal with certain subject matter, in which according to the Padma Purana, so it says Sargascha, Pratisargascha, Vamso Manvantaralischa, Manvantara Anucharitam Cheti, Puranam Panchalakshanam. There are 5 different characteristics of the Purana, namely creation, secondary creation, then the stories of the Manus and the Vamsa or the lineage of the different Manus, how the different kings ruled over, then Purana Panchalakshanam. These 5 things are the characteristics of any Purana. But what is the difference between a Purana and Mahapurana is that what is given in the first verse of this chapter. Let us see that first verse of the chapter. So it says, Shri Shuka Uvacha Atra Sargo Visargascha Sthanam Poshanam Bhutayaha Manvantara Isha Anukataha Viroda Muktir Ashrayaha. So what does it mean? Shuka Muni is saying, look here, Maharaj Parikshit, Atra, here I am telling you why this is a Mahapurana, because it is talking about 10 different topics. So, creation, Sarga, Visarga or secondary creation, Sthanam, Poshanam, Bhutayaha. So this is what is special. So Sthanam means protection, or how the Supreme Lord protects his devotees. So Srimad Bhagavatam talks about many wonderful stories. How how Prahalad Maharaj was protected by Supreme Lord, how Dhruva Maharaj was protected by Supreme Lord. So many great devotees, they got benediction. Protection does not necessarily mean just protection from some difficulty. Protection means Poshanam also. Poshanam means giving mercy. How the Supreme Lord's mercy was granted to some great souls. So Dhruva Maharaj and Prahalad Maharaj is just 2 examples. But this whole Bhagavatam is ripe with so many wonderful stories of like Ambarish Maharaj, so many stories. So Sthanam, Poshanam goes together. It also talks about Bhutayaha. So other Puranas don't talk so much about material activities. So Bhagavad Purana talks about how materially indulgence in material activities is not good for the living entity. It talks about the material activities, how it is bad for the living entity. And what does it say is Manvantara Isha Anugata. So whereas other Puranas we saw, it talks about the Manvantaranu Charitam, the stories of the different Manus and their kings. But here, this is Manu, Manvantara means the time in which one Manu is ruling over the entire Manu period. So you might know, there are 12 Manus in every reign of Brahma. There are 12 different Manus that rules. Starting with this Bhagavatam we see Swayambhu Manu, Chakshusha Manu, then Vaivasvata Manu. So now currently Vaivasvata Manu is in progress. So different Manus, they rule over the different times in the day of Brahma. 12 Manus. 14 Manus. 14 Manus rules. So within one Manvantara, there is one demigods also reign over. Like Indra, Chandra, they stay over for a particular Manu's time period. And then they change after that. So Manvantara, this is not dealing with Mahapurana. Since it is Mahapurana, it does not deal with the Manu stories. But the Isha Anukata in every Manu. So in every Manu's time period, Lord's incarnation and Lord's transcendental activities are described. Isha Anukata. What does it describe here? Nirodha Mukti Rashraya. Nirodha means, so we just saw Utayaha. Utayaha means the material activities. Nirodho means how to stop those material activities. Or what is the process to engage in. So there are two things. So if you want to achieve the God's grace, so you have to stop material activities and you have to start spiritual activities. The two things, right?
Can I do both?
Both of them has to go together. So we cannot just do spiritual activities and keep doing our material activities. Then we don't make progress in spiritual activities.
That's not what the other Mataji told us the other day. Those two don't go together. Right? Didn't that she said that?
I think it would be
Material. Say
Oh,
that.
yeah,
It's,
she said
both of them go together.
But she didn't say like that. Did she? She said, yeah, she said what?
So how you perceive it, right? So both of them go together means, so unless you stop the material activities, you cannot really progress much in spiritual activities.
Would engage in Krishna's service for his pleasure, that
Yes.
becomes a certain.
For example, Prabhupada mentioned don'ts. So he mentioned do not engage in intoxication, do not do meat eating, do not engage in illicit relationships, and do not fourth word? Engage in gambling. So these are don'ts. And you cannot really do your spiritual activities like chanting Hare Krishna or reading Bhagavad Gita properly unless you stop these activities. So these two things goes hand in hand. It does not go separate. So you cannot say just I will stop the material activities or not spiritual activities. That also doesn't work. Because you don't get the taste. Because you always we have been doing physical activities, material activities, we've been engaged in different bad activities. So unless we have a higher taste, we cannot give the lower taste. So you need a higher taste. But to get the taste to do the higher taste, you need to give up the lower taste also. Just like you're driving a car, you have to release your leg from the brakes. If you put on the brakes, you put on the accelerator both. Car is not going to move. So we need to have both going together, hand in hand. So, Nirodho Mukti Rashraya. So, in order to get the Mukti or liberation, Krishna also defined what is liberation later. So, one has to do Nirodho. Nirodho means both. It goes hand in hand. Stop material activities and engage in spiritual activities. So, Mukti means, Krishna defines what is Mukti. Mukti means achieving the Swarupa. It's called Mukti. And finally, Ashraya. Who is the Ashraya? Or who is the absolute truth? So that is what is described in this 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's clear, Mata?
No, I'm a little confused. I'll talk about it later.
Who said that?
Who said that? No, I think there was I think that is how she worded or how I took it. I don't know. She said, correct me, okay? She said, she says material, Material attachment is different, material activities is different, two different things, right? We still have material activities that we do, and material attachment is something different. I want to get a lot of money, I want to build a big house, I want to do this, that. Those are like attachment. Material activities could be day to day. I need to have a proper clothes, I need to have a little money, that's where the confusion is. The way she said it, that material attachment and spiritual advancement don't go together.
Yeah, what she means is the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't goes together means she's just really opposite. So if you do material, if you're looking for material advancement, and if you're also wanting spiritual advancement, they don't go together.
They don't go together, yeah. I understand.
What is it opposite? Stop the material activities, engage in the spiritual. They go hand in hand. I'm saying the same thing, just the ulta, the opposite. So we're clear.
Now we're clear.
Yeah. If there's doubt, the mind won't go away from the doubt. So I just want to make sure. Alright, so that was the 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm going to talk how Shukadeva Goswami is explaining in every verse one or two topics. Quickly summarizes what it is. So next verse, what is he saying? Dashamasya Vishuddhi Artham Navanam Iha Lakshanam Parnayanti Mahatmanaha Shrute Nathayana Chandasa. So he says that the great souls, great sages, they have described 9 out of the 10. So 9 out of the 10, the first 9, last one is Ashraya. So they have gone in great detail, quoting from Vedic literatures, quoting from giving direct explanation, explaining the 9 out of the 10. So, and he's going to explain the 10th here in this chapter. Next verse. So Bhuta Mat Tendriya Diyam Janma Sarga Udahritaha Brahmano Guna Vaishamyat Vishargaha Odisha Smritaha. So what is Sarga? So Sarga means the creation of the 10 Tanmatras or 10 material elements, 10 plus 6 material elements. So we have Bhumi, Rapunala, Vayu, Tham, Mano, Buddhi. So Mano, just Mano, 6 of them. And then we have the 10 Tanmatras, 5 knowledge acquiring and 5 working senses. So these things are essential creations that has to be there for further creation. So the Sarga is done by the Supreme Lord. So he creates this 10, he brings it up to the point of this 10 elements and constructing the universe. And he leaves it up to Brahma for the Visarga, next part of how mixing these elements, creating the bodies, and in the bodies, putting the souls in the bodies. So all those creation happens by Brahma. So Sargasya, Visargasya is covered already. 2 of the 10 is covered. Then what does Shukramuni says? 4th verse he says, Stitir Vaikunta Vijayaha. Sthiti or Sthanam. Sthanam means protection. Protection is done by the Supreme Lord. And how does he do? He removes anxiety. Vaikunta Vijayaha. Kunta means anxiety. Vaikunta means no anxiety. Place where there is no anxiety is called Vaikunta. So Vaikunta Vijayaha means one who is ruling over the entire Vaikunta, spiritual world. So he grants protection for the devotees. Poshanam Tad Anugraha. He also not just protects the devotees. Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna says that Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinashaya Chadushkritam. So I will protect the devotees. But more important is Paritranaya Sadhuna, to give them Poshanam also, to give them mercy. Protection can be done by Supreme Lord's agents also. But he comes personally to give mercy, or his mercy and his benevolence to his devotees. So Poshanam Tat Anugraha, that is the next thing, most important. He protects and he also gives the Poshanam. Poshanam means nourishment. So it's very important to get nourishment. So protection is okay. So even you might get the government protects citizens, right? Government protects the citizens. But however, even if it protects the citizens may not be very happy with the government unless it gives them some nourishment. So it should build roads, it should give some employment opportunities, it should make sure the business flourishes. So unless there is a nourishment that is given to the citizens, so they are not going to be happy. So just by protection, okay, the king says, I will protect you from all the thieves and plunderers and robbers. You can do anything you want. I am not going to do anything else. I am only going to give you protection. So the citizens are not going to be happy. So you have to give portion of it. You have to give nourishment. That's the next topic. So Manvantarani Saddharma. So Manvantarani Saddharma. So the Manvantarani means the Manu's different stories. And that is Saddharma. Because here in this particular case, Manu and their laws are meant to give right direction. Saddharma, Manu has written, every Manu gives something called as Manu Dharma Shastra. So he gives the codes of conduct in that particular mantra. So this is how a king should behave, and this is how a demigod should behave. So all those brahmanas and all those things, it's all referred to the Manu Dharma Shastra. So even in Manu's case, he is given this Manu Dharma Shastra. And what is the next one? Bhutayaha Karma Vasana. So Bhagavatam is also going to talk about Bhutaya. Bhutaya means material activities. Material activities are causing us karma vasana, become engaged or bound by karma. So one has to avoid that. So we are going to talk about that. So Bhagavatam does describe many activities where so we see some kings, Prachana Bari, so is fully attached to his activities. So hunting and enjoying the kingly pleasures and different things. Or in some other stories like so we see how Indra was very much attached to his opulence. He disregarded his guru, Brihaspati. Then he disrespected Mother Laxmi's garland, so because of which he fell down. And he had to be, then Bali Maharaj took over. So all the stories comes. So Utayaha is karma vasana. So attachment to the material activities is going to bind us. So that is what that also is described in Bhagavatam. What is described in Bhagavatam? Text number 5. Avatara anucharitam hares chasya anuvartinam pumsam ishakata prokta nana akhyanu upabrahmita. So Srimad Bhagavatam describes all these great incarnations, main incarnations. Avatara anucharitam. Avatara applies only to the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord descends. Nobody else descends. Everybody else is casted in the material world. So when we are not, it's not a choice, just cast in the material world. But Supreme Lord descends. He comes as he is. So like Lord Krishna, when he came, he's going to come in Janmashtami day. So he's going to come in his 4 hands. He doesn't have to take birth like us. So Avatara Anucharitam. Hares Chasya Anuvartinam. And other different activities, Supreme Lord Hari. Pumsa Ishakata Prokta. So for the benefit of the mankind, Pumsa, is the stories of Krishna Katha is being described, been told. Nana Akhya Upabrahmita. Upabrahmita means transcendental narrations of people. So come to the text number 6. So we already seen how many topics mentioned here. So we have seen Sarga, creation, secondary creation, protection, nourishment, material activities, and Manvantara, Ishanika. That's also covered. Now we are going to talk about Nirodha. That was the last verse by Prabhuji gave at on last Friday. Nirodho Asya Anushayanam. So all this time we've been speaking about the Supreme Lord. So talking about his his stories, Krishna Katha, is the Nirodho itself. So in the Bhagavatam, it said that very beautifully that Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna, right? That is what. So that the next thing, Prabhupada is mentioning here. Krishna Swadamo Upagate Dharma Jnanadivihi Saha Kalau Nashta Trisham Eshaha Purana Artha Dharmadita. So what happened to, where did this Dharma go? When Lord Krishna left this planet, where did this Dharma go? The answer to that question is Krishna is not different from Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is Lord Krishna's sound vibration, in the form of sound vibration. So reading that, reading the stories and all those things itself is a nirodha. Because one who develops the taste for reading the stories of Lord Krishna, so he automatically becomes the pure devotee of Krishna. So Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Chanayati Asu Vairagyam Jnanana Tadahaitkam. So if someone reads the Bhagavatam and he does devotion to Bhagavan, so that is a do's. The do's will take care of the don'ts also. If someone does sincerely service to the Supreme Lord with full dedication, full heart, full surrender, automatically everything else is taken away. So Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu, written every day. So reading Bhagavatam will remove all the abhadras. Abhadra means that which is not auspicious. So don'ts is automatically taken care, but still nobody has a taste for the do's. To chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra or to read Srimad Bhagavatam, we don't have a natural taste for it. If we have a natural taste for it, then automatically we will give up the unwanted things. So unwanted things also has to be given up to get the taste. So everybody's situation is different. Somebody like Brigari, the hunter who was given the Ramanama mantra, and then Adamuni gave this instruction to keep chanting this. So he chanted Rama 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 Rama, then became Rama Rama. Then because of which he was able to give up his material activities of hunting. He lost the taste for it because he got the taste of the Purana. So when we are exceptionally blessed by someone like that, like a devotee, then we can get rid of this material activities naturally. But others, for the rest of us, so we have to follow the rules and regulations. We have to carefully avoid Anukulena Krishna Anushkiranam Bhaktiranta. So Anukulasya Sankalpam Pratikulasya Varjanam. We have to stop the unwanted activities and we have to do the wanted activities. That is when we can make progress. So I'm repeating the same thing again and again. So but the sum and substance is, if you want to get mukti, which is describing this, mukti hitva anyata rupam swarupena vyavasyatehi. Mukti means achieving one's swarupa, one's real nature. That is what is mukti. If you want to achieve that, then you have to stop the material activities. And how do you stop material activities? By engaging in devotional service. So till this we saw. Today's verse, Abhasa cha nirodhascha yato asti adyavashiyate sa ashrayaha param brahma paramatmeti shabdyate. So here Shukadeva Goswami is saying, who is the real ashraya? Who is the shelter of everything? Shelter of everything is the Supreme Lord. Krishna says that Machitta Matita Pranabhavatita Parasparam. So everything is resting on me as the pearls strung on the threads. So he is the shelter of everything. He is the shelter of material worlds. He is the shelter of the spiritual worlds. And he is the shelter of all the devotees also. And he is called as Paramatma. So now we will read the purport. So synonyms of the supreme source of all energies, as explained in the very beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, or Janmadi Asya Hitaha Vadanti Tat Tattva Vidas Tattvam Vijnanam Advayam Brahmeti Pramatmeti Bhagavan Iti Sabdyate. The word is Iti, used to hear in this verse, complete synonyms, thus indicates Bhagavan. Thus we will further explain in the later verses, but this Bhagavan ultimately means Lord Krishna, because of Srimad Bhagavatam already accepted Supreme Personality of embodied as Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So the explanation is given here that Ashraya is the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is a shelter for all the devotees. Supreme Lord is a shelter for even the non-devotees. Non-devotees also cannot do anything without God's grace. Paramatma is the one who is Upadrashta, Anumantacha, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwaraha, Paramatmiti Chakyukto, Dehesmin Purusha Paraha. Deha, there are two Purusha. So one is the living entity, another one is the Paramatma. Deha means the body. The body, there is Atma, there is Paramatma. Both of them are there. And what does the Atma do? The Atma is engaging in activities. What does the Paramatma do? He is seeing and he is letting it happen. Upadrashta Anumanta. He is a witness and he is also the permitter. So he does these two activities. So here it is said that this Bhagavan is the shelter, the permitter and everything. So he is available in three forms. What are the three forms? We know that. Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Brahman is the effulgence coming from the Lord. Paramatma is the localized form of God in every atom, in every part of the creation. And Bhagavan is the Supreme Lord. He is the Lord. He is enjoying his pastimes at all times. So the Lord is present in this material world and also spiritual world in these three forms. Alright, further reading from purport. The original source of all energies or the summum bonum is the absolute truth, which is called Parabrahma, etc. The Bhagavan is the last word of the absolute truth. So we saw the three, Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Now Bhagavan is the ultimate, absolute truth. But even the synonyms of Bhagavan, such as Narayana, Vishnu and Purusha, last word is Krishna, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabho vastas sarvam pravartate, etc. begins that. Srimad Bhagavatam is a representation of Lord Krishna and the sound incarnation of God. So, Krishna is the Adi Bhagavan. So, everybody else is also Bhagavan. Narayana is Bhagavan, Vishnu is Bhagavan, and Purusha avatars like Mahavishnu, Bodhakshaya Vishnu, they all are Bhagavan. But Supreme Lord Krishna is Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is the original Bhagavan. So what else is said here? Prabhupada is saying, thus by general conclusion of Krishna is the supreme absolute truth of all energies, and the word Krishna means that. So what is the meaning of the word Krishna?
All attractive.
All attractive. So Krishna means Sarvam Akashati iti Krishna. So one who attracts everything or everybody is Krishna. So we know the story of how the robber, so he was passing by the Vrindavan. The Vrindavan, obviously there will be a lot of different sadhus. And there is Krishna Katha going everywhere. So there is Krishna Katha going in every place. So the robber happened to pass, and then he saw a Krishna Katha going, and he just listened. So that sadhu, he was talking about the Supreme Lord, how he is so beautiful, how he is such a wonderful lad. He had all jewelries on him, looks so attractive. His mother puts so much wonderful jewelry. He has his earrings, he has the nose rings, he has the necklace. Everywhere he is fully adorned with beautiful ornaments. And so the robber was waiting and thinking, wow, looks like a beautiful opportunity. If I see this boy, I should somehow bring him aside, and I should somehow influence him to give up all his ornaments. Then I'll become the most richest person. So he was thinking like this. And so he carefully heard further. And the sadhu went on to say how this lad is there in different places. He comes to this Vamsivata, and is even today in the Vrindavan forest, there are 8 places, Ashtakali Leela. So Lord Krishna comes in 8 places every single day. Morning he comes here, afternoon he goes there, evening he comes here. Pastime still happens today. But it's not visible to human eyes. It still happens today. And so this robber was very keenly hearing all these things. And boy comes here. So then he goes on, he waits in one of these places. He leaves that Krishna, he doesn't hear fully. If you had heard fully, then Sadhu would have said, he is Supreme Lord, he used to do all these things in the past. But he thought this is the present. So then he goes on, laying in wait for the ambush. So he's waiting for this Krishna to come. And in one of these places, he's waiting and waiting and waiting. One day passes, second day passes, third day passes, and he's still waiting. And Krishna is saying, this robber is so much wanting to see. So let me give him my vision. So then one third day, he comes, young lad walks happily, he's absolutely have no fear of anything. He's just walking by, and the robber sees, he's almost was sleeping. And he hears this tinkling of the ankle bells, immediately wakes up. And then he sees a beautiful Lord, just like how it was described. The sun, so beautiful, so attractive. Krishna is all attractive. That's what it is. Krishna is all attractive. Even by hearing his activities, by giving attention to those hearing pastimes, he can attract your heart towards him. So this robber was also similarly attracted. And then he wanted to steal his jewels from Krishna. And as he started to touch Krishna, as he started to feel him, then he got transcendental ecstasy. He was already purified. Hearing the Krishna Katha, he already was purified. So when he really saw Krishna face to face and he was feeling him, then he was in full ecstasy. Then Krishna obviously gave him the knowledge about it. So it's a very similar story in South India. So we have this Alvars. I always go back to the story of Alvars. So you want to hear one Alvar story? So there is one of the Alvars called Tirumangai Alvar. So Tirumangai Alvar was before he became an Alvar, so he was actually a powerful man, very powerful man. And when he was so powerful, so once he saw a celestial nymph, a lady, and he was very attracted to her. And so he went and proposed to her, I want to marry you. So that lady said, you can marry me, I will get married to you, but you have to, she was a great devotee of Krishna. So she said, you have to serve so many Vaishnavas. There are a lot of Vaishnavas, you have to serve all of them very nicely, you have to give food to them every day, you have to wash their feet, you have to give food to them. So that the robber, he was not robber at the time, so he was a very strong man, so he was ready to do that for that purpose, marrying that lady. So what he did, he wanted to serve all the Vaishnavas. So he did not know the Vaishnava etiquette and other things. He does not know what is Vaishnava. All he knew is Vaishnavas, so they are having this transcendental tilak, Tiruman they have on their forehead, and they chant some names of God, and then they do these things. So he would go every day, and then he would forcibly bring them. Please come, and then he forcibly bring them, make them sit, wash their lotus feet, and then take the water. He would religiously do, because he doesn't know the significance of it. He doesn't know that this means that this is devotional service. He doesn't know the science of devotional service. So he just come, forcibly make them sit, put water on their feet, take and put on his head, and then make them sit, and then serve food every day. This used to happen for year after year, not year, days after days, and it almost became a year. That lady disappeared. But by the time he was doing this, he got attached to this. But in order to do this, he doesn't have money. Where is the money going to come from? So he started robbing. So he would waylay people, very rich merchants who were coming, and he would stalk them, and he would rob them, and he would use his money to buy food and cook food and give it to this devotees. And so this used to happen. So one day what happened? He was waiting for ambush, waiting for somebody to come. Then the Lord was saying, from Sri Rangam, the Lord was saying that this is happening. mercy to this devotee. So then they came in and put a cart. So these two people, so Lord and his consort, the Laxmi and Lord himself, Narayana. So they came and dressed as a very wealthy merchant. And then they were coming. Robber was very happy. Oh, you get a good person now I can get a lot of money. So then he stops him and he says, now you come here, please give everything to me. And the merchant said, oh, I don't want to be attacked by you. I will give you everything. Whatever you can, you please take. So then mother, that lady also, she gives everything. But the toe in her toe ring, which is there, it doesn't come. She's not able to take it. So then the thief says, okay, he also tries to pull out from her legs. So when he touches her leg, and then he's already becoming ecstatic. But he doesn't understand what it is, all this feeling all about. And he's trying to take that toe ring. And even tries to bite and take it. And he's already tasting the dust from the lotus feet of the Mother Laxmi. He's in full ecstasy. He doesn't understand what is this feeling is happening to me, what is happening to me. And he thinks it is different. This is not normal. Then he asks who you are and what are you, and then they come in their original forms. And then they give their mercy to him that you have been trying to serve the Vaishnavas, and I'm so pleased by that. So I've come directly, and I'm the Supreme. They have to give introduction to themselves. I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You will be talking about Vishnu and Vaishnavas, and I am that Vishnu. So I am the worshipable object of your devotional service. And then he understands everything completely, and then he falls at their feet. And then he becomes Alva. So, but still he built that Srirangam Gopuram. You know, Srirangam, you've been there. This big Gopuram was built by this Tirumangayana. And he built that whole Gopuram by robbing merchants. So that is very special. So it's not to be followed, right, but it is story. It's very inspiring story. He did it out of course, he did it out of selfless love. And so Tirumangayana is a very special thing. So coming back to this purport here. So summary of Srimad Bhagavatam in 4 verses, as we discussed, is succinct. Supreme Personality of Godhead, in the ultimate issue, is confirmed as Brahma. It is Brahma Samhita as Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. So it is included in the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Complete subject matter is elaborately explained in the 10th and 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This matter changes of Manus and Manvantara, such as Swayambhu, Manvantara, Chakshush, Manvantara, as they are discussed in 3rd and 4th and 6th and 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Krishna is indicated in the 8th canto of Vaivashuddha Manvantara. So currently it's Vaivashuddha Manvantara. So before that there is Swayambhuva and Chakshusha. That has already happened. Lord Krishna is indicated in the 8th canto. And the 9th canto, same purport is there. 12th canto, the same is further explained, specifically regarding the different incarnations of God. Thus it is concluded by studying the complete Srimad Bhagavatam that Lord Krishna is the supreme absolute truth, or the ultimate source of all energy, and according to the grades of worshippers, the indications of nomenclature may be differently explained in Narayana, Brahma, Paramatma, etc. Okay, Hari Om Tat Sat. So we concluded the purport. So any questions? Yes, Mother.
When you talk about how Krishna was all attracted, I have this beautiful picture of baby Krishna, and he's there's a certain way to barter with graves and everything. So baby Krishna was trying to do that. He was trying to get it, but they were dropping from his hand, and there was this, I think they called it an Aborigine lady. She had all this beautiful fruit, but because he's the Supreme God and he's so beautiful, you can get her. She just kept giving her all the fruit that he wanted because it was beautiful, beautiful form and everything. And then you see it in the picture inside there.
All the jewels and the basket.
Yeah, there's all these jewels.
It's a fruit lady.
Yeah, it's a very nice story from Lord Srimad Bhagavatam. So she is actually a fruit vendor. She comes every day to Nanda Maharaj's house, and then one day she comes and then Krishna is attracted to the fruits. And he says, I want this fruit. The lady says, you have to give me something. So I cannot just give for free. So then he has seen his parents go and bring some rice or some grains and give her. So he runs inside the house and brings some few morsels of grains. And then he is making that and then very beautifully, and then the woman was so attracted by her innocence of the child. And then she takes that and then puts on a basket and she gives the fruits. And all the basket, everything turns into jewels. Nice, wonderful. Yeah, it's all glories to the devotees who do that.
Yeah.
So very nicely.
Windows to spiritual
world. Any other questions?
Thank you, Prabhu. We need to turn this off. You can do that.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Then, so we go through my thing. So they are new. I just have to put the flowers on.